welcome back everyone. Here we are after a couple of days worth of building. Got some tiny furniture bits and bobs going, and our little posters. And I think I'm surprised at how, the more I look at this, the more satisfied I am with the whole moss 3D effect. It's not great, but I think it looks a lot better than I thought it did initially. I guess that the glue's had a chance to dry and it's sort of set in place so you can sort of see the highlights. But let's say, it doesn't seem like a lot over the course of 2 days, but I'm pretty satisfied with how this one's turning out. I think it's going to be a really good looking kit when it's all said and done. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, just building silly little models, having a bit of fun. If you see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list. I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing. Drop the screwdriver here. Nothing but the best options. That being said, we're going to do a little wrapping up on this one now that the glue's had a chance to dry on it. I want to bend these posters or maps or whatever they're supposed to represent over the edge where they're more hanging down. Like they're sort of got a little weight to them. Sort of the same thing back here. And just then I'm going to glue them so hopefully they'll stay straight down. First thing, just go over the edge here. Try and get maybe a little bit of a crease in there to help it cooperate with me, maybe. It's the same over here. Just doing that seemed to help out a lot. But I'm going to make sure throw a little glue underneath there to hopefully get things solidified. The old Gorilla Super Glue. I like this stuff because it has the built-in brush. When I'm not using if I do use super glue, I've got my little nozzles of precision that I use to keep the flow nice and light. Let's see, just see if I can get down there on that tab underneath there. Hopefully, I can get hopefully a nice even coat all along. And then bend you back over. See if it'll stick for me here after 10 or 12 seconds. Fun video watching glue dry. And now let's find out if I stuck myself to it. I didn't. Yeah, that seemed to do the trick. Make it, I think, sort of, rather than going flat out over the edge. And I don't mind that little one sticking up a little bit there. I think this one's okay as it is. Okay, that's sort of what I wanted to get done on that part. Sort of wrap up that thing. So put it into the tray of tiny pieces. And now, for better or worse, we're going to jump into hopefully get us a room built tonight. So, got this guy and window frames. And you can sort of see I got a little sloppy with my paint and I had to go back over with some gray to cover it up, but I'm hoping by the time I get everything in place that'll sort of obscure the bad paint job I did. It's going to end up there eventually. Okay, actually now that I'm looking at that, I'm going to go back with paint. Might have been onto something there. Darken that edge down. It's peeking out there for me. Just too thin a coat. Take another look at that. Yeah, that gives a little better. I don't know if it's showing up there or not, but yeah, got that. Yeah, I think I do need to hit those cross beams too there, don't I? Okay. Further out here. was doing my best to not hit those when I was actually going through painting this thing. I'm about to put something else on top of it, so I don't really think it's strictly necessary, but it does a better job of camouflaging it. Yeah. Okay. But I say we're putting the lens in anyway. I'm still trying to figure out. Okay, I think. Okay, so this goes on the inside, and these go on the outside. Okay. Yeah. I thought these would go on top of the. I thought I was gonna put this down, then put the frame on top of it. That's okay. That's not how it works. Okay. So actually, out here, line up any better. Probably I think that undo that, redo all that again. Okay, let's try it. I got actual paint. Try it with a brush this time. This was not part of my plan, but like I said, I misunderstood what the instructions were. Just a cheapo acrylic paint I picked up at, I don't know if this was Walmart or Dollar General. I think it was $1.50 for the bottle. Fairly forgiving and fairly easy cleanup on it too as well. Okay. Missed a spot right there, I just saw. Okay. So on the outside, start on the outer windows so I can. And so these guys go on either outside window. Okay. Back to the old B7000. Just do really light. Just swoosh around, make sure the glue's good and spread out. And looks pretty lined up. This side. Yeah, nice and clean there. Alright. Should be good. So I put the glue around the middle, so the outside edge, so it should be okay on this. That looks good. Yeah. Okay. Give that a minute to sort of get sticky while I start doing some trimming. Guys down. Trim this thing with all this glare is not easy. Hopefully it's going to be back in the shadows where it'll be fairly forgiving. That's good. A little rough along edge there, I think. Hopefully it'll be all right. Okay. One down. Got a little narrow on that one. Yeah, took some of the edge off. Just a sliver on that one. I feel a little better about it. A little better on the I think I got way off on that one. Maybe not way off. But all right. Okay. Now, hopefully it's stable enough for me to lay it down. And I think the peel is just on one side. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be up. So. adjustable once it gets in place. And that's what we're going to be going for. I'm going to be even less generous with the glue on this one, just 3 on each side, one at top and one at bottom. And springs down the middle there. Okay. Excess glue. Alright. Outside we got that. Okay. That looks alright. Work our way over. A little bigger on this one, so then yeah, that suits me. Right on that edge, 'cause it does seem like we don't have a whole lot of space to play with here. I only learned on the third one. I think I got one more of these, well, at least one or two more of these. I think there might be another one I hadn't got to tonight. Oops. I'm assuming these are going to be most visible from the outside, and that sort of suits me on the outside. That's why I'm assuming that's why they give us the frames on the outside of the windows. So. Okay, I think too late. But alright, so that wall is done. This is our inside, and that means we're ready to bring out our floor. Ooh, wait a second, hang on. Just realized I've got another corner to make. Okay, sort of the same thing, but only one of these. Yeah, I forgot. I'm thinking I would have already done all this. Okay. I didn't think it'd take this long to cut them out. wonder how visible. Let's say on the fourth one, I'll leave a little excess around that edge. It should disappear when I put it on there. We'll find out. But, oh yeah, so back to my paint again. Probably overkill on this. It's one of those things nobody besides us will ever know this. I'd already done the inside, but evidently I missed this one. I didn't even do that. I must not. Yeah, I didn't do. I didn't sand it or anything. I don't. Much on that one. Almost done. Okay. Oops. Got a little out of line there, didn't I? Can find I had, like always, I had a paper towel somewhere. Spread it out a little bit anyway, so it won't be as obvious. All right. Okay. Outside gets our frame. Still wet inside. Just spread it everywhere. Okay, let me give that a few minutes to sort of dry up, and I'll stick on our hopefully last window for the night, and we'll build us some walls. Okay. Had been an excessive amount of time. Okay, I guess that is dry. Okay, I thought it was it looked wet, but put our window frame in place. I just realized. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I didn't sand this or anything. I forgot to do that right quick. Got a nice good surface to glue to. That also means, look at it, I've got edges to paint. Wasn't planning on this being a painting show, but it just worked out that way. Work out the bottle on this one. Okay. Side bricks done. Now what should be the easy part. Find a good place to go get a grip. I'm not even sure this is going to be showing in the end product. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it does get covered up. Oh well. The back side doesn't though. Alright. Now, you back down that way. Put the window in here. Then we'll finally start putting together pieces. Okay. Right over next to the that's our important one. Alright, so that's done. Now, it's also given our other piece a little bit more time to dry. Got our floor, just like so. Bring you in. But anyway, oh, you can see there where it's got a good bit of bow in it. So definitely want to have my clamps. At least one. Yeah, I got room to clamp it on the bottom there. But okay, so I'm going to glue the floor. Hang on. Yeah, this is flush with this one. Then this guy comes in here. It goes to the back corner. Yeah. So we want this flush with that corner. So this sort of situation. Actually, I guess. Square. Okay. Once I clamp it down, that should be enough to make it square to the back. I'll put a fair amount of pressure on that to make it straight. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna be in good shape here. Oh, just do need the straight edge there though. Okay, so let's do glue along this edge. That's the big bottle of B7000 for this. That up there. Okay. This is actually going to be much trickier than I wanted to think about. Okay. There. And let's see. Trying to get this clamp in on the middle here. Yeah, I sort of knew that was about to happen. Okay, wide. Hopefully. This is not going to work like I want it to, I don't think. No. Okay, so there's that. And get it to start sticking. Maybe then I can put the clamp on. Didn't take too long with this glue to get tacky. Okay. Just standing up on its own now. Get it in place is the next question. Okay. Flush corner. Yeah. That looks pretty close to. It's not exactly 90 degrees. It's a little wonky, but still, I think going to be close enough for us to work with. Okay. Now, like I said, this guy is supposed to go on right there. Yep. Okay, so get out a little bit because I need to. Okay, let's push back here. Let's see. That far enough? Nope. That is maxed out. Okay. So let's see if I can get it to stay flush on this top edge then. Push you in. That. Push it. Okay, push this one in. Out. Oh, and then not making. Okay, now contact there. Should be squared up pretty good. The bottom looking separated. I have. Yep. This one will reach. Clamps everywhere. Everything's spinning. Okay. Okay, so flush on the bottom, that's good. Now, top's got to go back in place again. Maybe. No, that won't work. I need something. Here. Place there. Nope, that won't work. Okay. So my clamp's not quite long enough to do this pressure. No. I just noticed that this is wrong. Okay. That corner square here. Ah. Okay, this is not as fun as it looks like it is. Don't think. Okay, it's starting to stick a little bit, so this may have been something I should have used super glue on to get that quick bond. Or maybe tack it in place with super glue and then have the B7000 actually hold it. But I'm trying to think. I'm gonna take a quick peek at what's coming up next. Okay, gotta do the wiring, so it don't even get to, couldn't even lock this in place if I wanted to with the roof. It's starting to, I say it's sticking now, so it's staying in pretty good range. So this still feels fairly flush on the bottom, all three sides, both sides rather. Okay. I think it's going to be okay. Looks like it's, like I say, it looks like it's solidifying there. Get a Looks like there's some dirt there. Okay. Say this is, I am counting on this to hold this. I do want to leave this clamp on for a little while to make sure it draws that back wall in straight. But I think the side wall is going to be okay. I think this one finally decided it's going to stick. Alright. So I'm just going to set you aside. Try and find a way where I'm not, it's not up. Okay, yeah, let it float. Okay. Clamps back out of the way. And let's see here. Where's my next piece? I've lost it. Ah, there it is. This one. This one. So the back, we're supposed to pop out our little, I don't think we'll get to actually wiring it in, but I can get things ready to go. Pop these guys out of the way. And this one too, it says, okay. And one more square here. Those guys. Got a little strip up there. Yep, it does say that's right. And we're supposed to mark where our holes are here. And that's where we're going to mount our lights. Okay. So once we get that done, we bring in our big wire of lights. And as we're supposed to go off the end, now go off, it's supposed to be 2.2 centimeters. I don't know why I can't just do 2.5, but let's see here. It's to the end of the light, so I'm assuming the actual light, not the wire there. And it's going to be sort of like the TARDIS build. We're going to have the big old wire of lights hanging off of everything now. So, there. Oops, sorry. And this is lamp number 1, lamp number 2, lamp number 3. Basically, okay, so lamp 2, we're going to like so. Lamp 2 is supposed to be on that dot. Lamp 3 on this dot. And then sort of run this wire up here out of the way so it's not in there. And this guy runs down. So we got that. So something like that is the final wiring run. Okay, so like you might expect, it's a job for the old hot glue gun. Grab a little splash guard here. I'm going to start with 2. Get it mounted down sort of flat on one side, so that'll make it, I think that's the way it's supposed to be down. Actually, I'm not going to finish this up tonight. I can let the trying to say, regular glue might actually be better for this. Now that I'm thinking about it, regular, well, B7000, since I'm going to give it time to dry. So yeah, so let's try. Let's see how it works, and we'll come back to. When I come back tomorrow, we'll find out if it's been a good idea or not. So I'll just do a nice little dollop there. Drop you down into it. Swirl you around a little bit. That's where we'll bring in our cheapo clamps, maybe. Hold you in place for that one. Keep it in the glue. See this guy. Get that flat side down on it as well. It's supposed to be our other dot. Yeah, this might be a good place to stop after tonight anyway. Just get that light sort of in place and ready to go for tomorrow. You know, usually I like the hot glue for the wiring, but like I said, it's getting along that time of night, so I'm ready to. You know, we're getting up towards that hour mark, so not quite there yet, but we're going to be there before we know it. Take my time and maybe do this one right. Okay, so you in there. On you. This one reach in here. Yeah. And everything. Okay. So that one. Going to be able to adjust this one up a little bit, so I'm not going to. I can do that. I can do that now. Let's see how, let's just experiment, see how the real glue works. You're supposed to go sort of here fairly close to the edge. I may give it a little extra space there. I think I said that the bend was 2.2. Okay, so let's put a Another drop right in here. The glue is pressuring out. Put you down into it. I'll put a little glue over the top of that one because I think it's trying to escape. Okay, like I said, we'll come back tomorrow and see how this works out. And I may undo it and redo it all with hot glue, but we'll find out if you take your time and supposedly do it right. See that on there? Yeah, they're all making good contact with their glue. Here too, let's wrap you around there. Alright, so I think that's a good place to stop. Get we got our room, and I say everything seems to be sort of locking in here. Back wall is nice and flush, looks like it's square. There, and here as well, so that's good progress. It's another one of the days where it seemed like we did more than this, but we didn't really. All those windows in place was a little bit more than I thought it would be. But, yeah. I guess, and you know what, there's one, I can do one more thing tonight. This guy is this wall right here. I think I can do one more thing tonight. Get you in there. Actually, look at that. I better wait till tomorrow to do that because I think I'm going to clamp the other way to keep it straight. But that is what that room's, the third wall is going to look like. I do want to. I'd like to do it tonight, but like I said, if this one hadn't been bowed so bad, I would do it tonight. But I want to make sure I give that glue plenty of time to grab onto and keep that wood relatively straight. So we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I've talked myself out of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel over there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel. I intend to put up another experiment today. I've got something planned. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and there is the playlist for this whole build. I'll see you tomorrow.